He tore off a black woman's clothes violently and displayed her body to the audience below. The white buyers in the crowd raised their hands one after another to place bids. At that moment, a black slave named Solomon found himself utterly captivated by the woman. Determined to possess her, he hurried to plead with his master, urging him to buy the woman at all costs. He said she was young and strong and could work for the master for many years to come. Just like that, the master took his advice and succeeded in purchasing the woman. After she was washed, Solomon saw her face clearly for the first time. In that instant, he was completely struck by her beauty. He quietly picked a bunch of wild roses and placed them gently in her hands. It was the first gift she had ever received in her life. A love between the two of them sprouted silently right then and there. That night, Solomon sought her out and mustered up his courage to declare his love. Before long, with the master's approval, Solomon and she were married. They looked at each other and smiled, thinking they had finally found happiness. But their days of joy were far too fleeting. One afternoon, as his wife was drawing water from the well, 3 white overseers suddenly closed in on her. Their eyes glinted with malice as they advanced step by step. When Solomon returned to their cabin after work, he found his wife lying on the bed, her clothes disheveled. He knew instantly what had happened. Consumed by rage, Solomon stormed to confront the plantation owner, begging him to punish the 3 overseers severely. But the plantation owner merely let out a cold laugh. In the heat of their argument, Solomon was knocked to the ground. The overseers then tied him to a wooden stake and flogged him mercilessly with a whip. Late into the night, the overseers leaned close to his ear, vowing they would not let him off easily. At dawn the next day, Solomon dragged his battered body to beg the plantation owner for forgiveness, humbling himself to admit he was in the wrong. Only then did the master spare his life. But as Solomon turned to leave, his eyes had turned completely cold. That very night, Solomon quietly gathered all the slaves who had suffered oppression. Using words from the Bible, he inspired them to rise up and rebel. The black slaves had endured enough for far too long. They answered his call one after another, resolving to take action that very night. The first man Solomon intended to kill was the plantation owner. He sneaked into the master's bedroom and did not hesitate to strike. After that, the black slaves moved under the cover of darkness, dispatching the sleeping white men one by one. By daybreak, the entire plantation was in the hands of the black slaves. To strengthen their ranks, Solomon established the plantation as their stronghold and led them to expand their territory to neighboring plantations. With every plantation they captured, more black people joined their cause, and their army grew larger and larger. Yet the white men did not sit idly by and wait for defeat. They dispatched a large group of armed gunmen. And so, a life or death showdown between black and white was about to erupt on this stretch of land.